I don't know what's going to look like, but I feel like something needs to like change as far as the reactions are concerned, just because like they're dull. Even like, guys, this reaction that I just did is probably one of the dullest reactions I've done, and I know that.
This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn Reid. And today we are watching her video that is 3 days old as of this recording. Weigh in what I ate today, counting calories, and cook with me. Yay! Yeah, I kind of got busy, and I forgot that she had posted. So I need to get better about that, and I apologize to my audience. So we're going to We're going to speed her up as we always do. So if she seems particularly animated, that is why. I do remember that I watched this. I don't remember anything about it. I don't recall it being particularly like amazing or groundbreaking. I think we get to see the ceiling. I'm not 100% positive on that one. And I know there's a weigh-in with her weight very low. I don't really have anything else to say. I've been watching videos on how to make a better YouTube intro, and apparently doing all the things that I do in my intros is wrong. So we're not going to do any of that. Except I will say thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. I truly appreciate it. We are almost to like 46,000 people, and that's just crazy to me, and I appreciate every single one of you. Let's get into this and see what Miss Lynn has for us today.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So
Hi.
today is like a weigh in, what I ate today, chit chat, maybe a cook with me moment. But right now I just want to do like the introduction, get a weigh-in in, and then I'm ready to eat. So a disclaimer, I will be eating in this video. I know in some what I ate today videos I do not eat, but in this one
Sorry about the smarty glasses. It's a gray day outside, which always screws with my eyes anyway, and then with the light. Someday I will have functional eyes. Today is not that day. Yada yada yada, she's gonna eat on camera. Ooh, big surprise.
I probably will be, and I do like to do disclaimers because I know sometimes people don't like seeing people in general eat, let alone a fat girl. So
Sweetie, it's not that you're a fat girl. People don't like watching you eat unless they're paying for it. And that's a whole other conversation.
I really quickly want to put my weigh in because I am so excited. So here it is.
Yay.
Hello. So we're gonna do a weigh.
I believe the fandom has named the ceiling Cecilia, which I approve of 100%. So Cecilia and I have been going steady now since Amber moved into this apartment. And I would just like to say, hello, Cecilia. It's been a while. Don't know. I couldn't do it.
Weigh in. I'm pretty pumped. Hello.
Hello.
It's ready.
Yes, it is. I've been doing pretty freaking good, you guys. So
Hooray.
stepping on, let's see where I'm at.
489.6 pounds.
Shut up! Wait, what? Wait, I'm gonna cry.
If it weren't for the fact that I know that she can fake cry at the drop of a hat, I'd be like, maybe. But I also know that she weighs herself before she records herself, so I'm almost positive she knows what her weight's going to be today. So, 189. I don't know. I mean, if she's been doing what she says she's been doing, it's not outside of the realm of possibilities, so.
Wait, I'm gonna literally cry.
I'm sure you are, baby girl.
489, you guys, I did.
I'm sorry, 489. Dude, if she was at 189, that'd be a whole other story, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, I've been wanting to reach the 480s and I did it. Now the 470s are coming.
You know, she still talks like she has no agency over the weight loss. Like here she just says, I've been wanting to hit the 480s. Not, I've been working to hit the 480s, or I've been trying for the 480s, or any other frame of wording that would make it sound like she was actively doing it. She uses a very passive way, kind of like she's like, oh, you know, fingers crossed, I'll lose weight this year. Girl, you're the one losing the weight. All you have to do is go do it. You know, it's kind of the same thing. I've been wanting to hit. Well, I mean, if you've been doing the things that you said you've been doing, then you've been actively working towards hitting the 80s. So why are we using such passive language? I can't tell if it's just like a Freudian slip for her, or if it's just how she talks.
Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Or 89.6. Like, I almost cried. I had like a couple tears in my eyes. I'm very proud
I could care less about the 0.6, to be perfectly honest with you. You had tears in your eyes, really?
of myself. So in total, from
Girl, you're proud of yourself when you gain weight.
my highest weight, I am down 82.8 pounds. So that's amazing. And then since the beginning of this year, I'm
She just say she's down 82 pounds. Oh my God, you guys, we're almost at the infamous 89 lbs.
down 28.2 pounds. I'm almost down 30 pounds. Like, that's incredible. Like, I told myself in the beginning of this year, like, I need to do it because I'm 33. I am not getting any younger. Yes, I'm young at heart. I could be kind of childish. You guys know that. A little immature here and there.
First off, y'all need to quit acting like hitting your 30s is like becoming 90. You're still young, and if you're healthy, you still got a very long life ahead of you. Even if you're not healthy, you tend to have a pretty long life ahead of you. Y'all need to chill. Just chill the fuck out. It's okay. They're just your 30s. You know what comes after 30? 40. You know what happens after you hit 40? You turn 50. It's okay, guys. The human lifespan has been extended to almost 120 years, given correct health care and all of that good shit. So you're probably going to make it to at least your 70s. Chill out.
Deep down, like, for real, your girl's getting old. Like, I got the gray hair to show for it. So instead of just like
Sweetie, I had gray hair in high school. You don't talk to me about gray hair.
trying to be perfect overnight, I slowly just like intuitive ate for, I want to say, a little over 2 months. It was working. It was doing good.
I don't for a goddamn minute believe she was intuitively eating. I think she was eating whatever she saw, and she just hasn't had a lot in her. She just doesn't have a lot in her apartment because she doesn't have the access to going to the grocery store as frequently as she wants. Like, she doesn't have somebody who's going to come pick her up and take her to Walmart at 2 a.m. That doesn't happen anymore. She also doesn't have someone that she can just send to go get food for her anymore. Yeah, she can still use Uber and all of that. And maybe she does, or I should say DoorDash. And maybe she still does, but her access to food has been restricted since she's moved into this apartment just because she doesn't have a live-in caretaker anymore. And yeah, Mama Lynn takes her to the grocery store. We see that happen on occasion, but even when Amber goes to the grocery store, we don't see her buy a lot of food because she doesn't know how to cook and she doesn't know how to preserve and she doesn't know how to keep food. So she doesn't buy a lot. And then on top of it, Mama Lynn probably takes her to the grocery store once a week. Amber doesn't know how to meal plan, so she doesn't know how to shop ahead, if that makes sense. So she just usually has a very bachelor-looking refrigerator with like some condiments and maybe some lunch meat, and then she's got some freezer meals and some canned tuna. You know, it's she doesn't have a lot of food because she never learned how to do that kind of thing. Like, she doesn't know how to buy in bulk and keep and, you know, package it out so that you're using it for various meals throughout the week, if not throughout the month. You know, she doesn't know how to buy a pound of hamburger and split it up so that it'll make 2 meals, you know, that kind of a thing. She just knows how to make a handful of items, and she might buy the ingredients to make those dishes once or twice, and maybe she'll get 2 servings out of 1 meal sometimes, you know, because she eats real big servings. But I think a lot of her weight loss and a lot of her intuitive eating is really just her restricted. She has no access to food is just kind of my thing. Like, yeah, I get she can order. I do. So literally all she has to do is not order food. And she's going to start losing weight because she's not eating as much calories. You guys see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Her intuitive eating, I don't buy at all. I think you could call it like inadvertently restricted eating because she just doesn't have that access to the food like she used to have anymore.
But now, you know, I was like, hey, a couple weeks ago, let's kick it up a notch. Like, I want to be aware of how many calories I'm eating. So I weigh and measure all my food. My goal is to stay below 2,000 calories. And this video is just showing you guys what I decide to eat today. There's no rhyme or reason for most of my meals. It's just don't eat junk. Like, I'm not sitting around eating candy. Trust me, it has been hard.
It was Easter Sunday. Today is Monday the 1st. I won't say I bought a bag of jelly beans and they no longer exist. I won't say that.
I do want me some candy sometimes. So like the other day, I allowed myself to have a serving of sour gummy worms. It was so good. It was
A sex to doubt. And what did a serving look like anyway?
like the brand Trolley or something. Like, it tasted like heaven. Because normally I would allow myself to have those things every single day, but since I'm only allowing myself to have them like in moderation, it's like when I finally do have them, I'm like, wow, let's savor this and like really enjoy it.
So you were savoring sour gummies. I can think of a lot of things I savor. Sour gummies would not be one of them. Like, imagine you're so hard up for a sugar kick that you're savoring, God damn it, that you're savoring a sour gummy.
So today I am staying home, so everything I will be eating will be at home. There will be no Uber takeout. The only time I allow myself to eat like restaurant food is if I physically go there myself. So if I'm with my mom or family or friends. Today is not one of those days. But I do want to film a what I ate today, like the next time I go out to eat, just to show you guys kind of like how I do it. Not everyone will agree with me, but I will say that what I am doing is working. So let's get into my first meal. Okay, so my first meal, I'm having one of these sweet Italian chicken sausages that I'm just cutting up. I'm gonna cook in a pan, which I am using Pam, which is 0 calories.
I like those sausages. I do. I don't eat that brand, but I eat basically the Aldi off-brand, and they're pretty good, actually. I think I've got a bag of them. They're tasty.
Sausage is 110. Speaking of Pam, when I do use like actual oil,
I love this part.
I will weigh it on my scale before I use it because
Sure, Jan.
it does have calories. So I also have some leftover rice, which is 2 servings, so 320 calories. And then obviously my typical soy sauce. We have some minced garlic.
What is she counting as a serving? Because a cup of rice is like 300 calories. And that's typically considered a serving. So if there's actually 2 servings in there, there's like 600 calories worth of rice, which, whatever. But she must be counting it as a half cup? Because even that wouldn't make sense. What is a serving of rice to her? I'm lying. According to the Google machine, 1 cup of rice is like 206 calories, according to whatever this is. And what did she say?
So I also have some leftover rice, which is 2 servings, so 320 calories.
So again, if you multiply that, that's going to be like 408, not 320. So what is she considering a serving of rice? What is considered a serving of rice? Half a cup. So still, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever. I might be thinking about it too hard.
And then obviously my typical soy sauce. We have some minced garlic, sriracha. It's just my go-to. It's what I like. And I'm also going to have 1 egg. So it's going to be like a fried rice moment. Okay, so my sausage has been cooking for a bit. So I'm going to add.
She's been saying egg wrong for so long that in my own head, I don't know how you're actually supposed to say egg. Because I always hear myself say egg in some variety. And I'm like, have I always been saying egg wrong? Like, is that what's been going on here? I don't know. Anyway, anybody else have that problem?
Add my rice now. I also have obviously my minced, oh my God, I'm getting rice everywhere. I'm a messy cooker. One thing that, if y'all want to know about me, I'm very messy when I cook. But anyways, yeah, I also have my minced garlic up in there. So I am going to add just a little bit of sriracha. A little bit of soy sauce here.
What was the point of that? There's barely any soy sauce there. You got more sriracha than soy sauce.
Move it around as such.
Move it around. Stir it. Otherwise, it's just garlic and egg fried rice, basically, and then whatever you want to add to it. Fried rice is one of the most versatile dishes on the planet. So there you have it. My point being, there's nothing wrong with what she's doing here. I would have cooked everything else. I would have cooked the rice first and then added everything into it, but I don't. That sausage is already cooked. Like, they're pre-cooked when you buy them, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay, so now that the rice is all warmed up and cooked, well, it was already cooked, you know what I mean. I'm going to grab an egg here.
This doesn't look like that much rice, honestly.
And then I literally just want it scrambled.
I do that to my eggs too, so. Dang it.
So if I could change anything about this, I wish I had some like green onion. Oh my God, that'd be so good.
Why don't you then?
Okay, you guys, so it is finished. Now I am going to put it in my bowl. So this is 500 calories in total, but that is a perfect amount for my first meal. That's usually around where I keep it. Okay, guys, so I haven't even tried it yet, but I want to let you know that I'm also going to be having a A&W. This is the 0 sugar root beer.
God forbid you drink water. Or tea. Unsweetened tea. I don't know, man. It's I make that exact recipe all the time. maybe not the exact recipe, take out the sausage, but the day-old rice, the garlic, the eggs. I use chili oil instead of sriracha. I mean, I eat this fairly regularly, so I got nothing. I probably actually eat more than that when I eat it. It just doesn't look like that much to me, but I don't know. That rice serving, I'm still kind of confused about how she's getting those calories from that rice. I'm actually, like, it almost sounds like she's either overestimating the amount of calories for the rice or she's underestimating it, depending on if she thinks a serving is half a cup or a whole cup. The only other thing I can think of is maybe she's using like 2/3 for some strange reason. Maybe that would come out right.
So good. This does not taste like diet soda at all. All right, let's try
Cool.
Reid. Oh, and a lot of people are like, why do you use plastic silverware? Like, it is literally asked that every single time I use these. These are not plastic. They're just black. So yeah, it's just regular silverware.
Watch her eat. Oh yeah. Gotta watch myself eat.
Happy dance. This is delicious.
I like it.
10 out of 10. ASMR.
Please stop doing ASMR. You don't know what it is, and you do it badly.
I feel like we have to have an ASMR segment in each one of my videos. Ooh, she tasty. Okay, guys, so next meal is pretty simple. I'm gonna have some turkey meatballs, some broccoli, and some of this Classico roasted garlic. These will be in the air fryer. I'm going to cook these, and then I'm gonna add the sauce and have these two things cooked together, and then I'm gonna throw the meatballs in and have it all cooked together. I'll show you step by step, but it's super simple. All right, so I'm cooking my broccoli.
And I mean, I would throw that over rice too, so.
I just really simply bring it to a boil, and then before it gets too soft, which I honestly don't mind soft, but before it gets too soft, I simply just strain it, and then...
Tip for you, Amber, assuming you're watching. Boil your water first, then put your vegetables in. It's called blanching. You can do it with frozen vegetables. It's okay. Actually, they've probably already been pre-blanched anyway. So that way you don't have to worry about your veggies getting soggy because you boil the water first, then put the veggies in. Then you can just take them out after like, seriously, like a minute and a half maybe, and they'll be fine.
Over here, we do have the meatballs in the air fryer. Okay, so I got all the water out, and now a serving of this.
Okay. So the way that she's measuring this, she's doing this specifically to be quirky. Like, this is Amber trying to show us how unique and special and weird she is, and she's not like the rest of us, you guys. That's what this is all about. This is the least effective way to measure something because it's ass backwards. And I know she knows that. I know she knows this. But she's doing it this way anyway because she thinks this makes her unique and special and quirky and whatever. And this is just part of that persona that she's trying to put forward to people, you know, like, I'm not like other girls. Ha 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 ha. And this is just one of those things that she does to just kind of drive home that point. I think in her head, she does maybe think that this is unique, not realizing that the reason people don't do it this way is because it's not the most effective way to do it. And it leaves room for a lot of error. And if you really do care about measuring and weighing your food, you don't want to have too many places where you could have an error. Anyway, so this is just, you know, we talk a lot about Amber and her online persona. This is it. This is part of it. The other end of this is that, like, she has seen health influencers and healthy people and people who have successfully lost weight. She has seen them weigh their food, and she's been told on multiple occasions by her audience, who she listens to sometimes, to weigh her food. And so this is her doing that, but doing it in her own way, kind of a thing. It's just is what it is, but it's like, I don't believe for a freaking minute that she weighs much of anything, let alone actually weighs everything that she eats. She's doing it today because she's making an eat with me thing, and she's trying to convince us that this is how she's eating on the regular. So this is what we get to see today. But it's a lot like Anna and all of her BS that she does when she's cooking. And I've noticed she stopped putting cooking videos up. So, but it's very performative. She's seen other people do it and this is what she thinks it's supposed to look like. So this is what she's performing as far as weighing and measuring her food. Anyway, I think I've ranted about this a little too long.
Is 125 grams. So I set the container on there. This is honestly the easiest way for me to do it. So we're just gonna wait until this says 100 and negative 25. So, because that means that's how much I used. So I'm pretty good at like not going over usually. So 120. So I'll just leave it there.
So I actually have like scale eyes, much like that other lady that keeps telling people that I'm overeating.
It's pretty close at just eyeballing it. I've done this long enough.
You've done it for 3 weeks, and so now you're an expert at eyeballing it. I have been cooking most of my childhood and pretty much all of my adult life. I can't honestly think of when I haven't been cooking. Even I don't eyeball things if I want an exact measurement. If I don't give a crap, sure. But like baking, I don't eyeball baking because it doesn't work. You know, it's the kind of a thing. Like, I'm pretty confident in my cooking abilities, and I'm still not going to eyeball things if I want an exact measurement.
But you can never be too sure. So that's why I like being in the habit of actually weighing my food. So I did add some tapatio to the sauce because I do want a little spice to it.
Me.
So now I'm going to see if these meatballs are done.
This food thermometer thing is also another thing that she just kind of occasionally does to show us this is not a necessarily a look how healthy I am thing. This feeds into her look how paranoid I am about my meat, because she's like, I'm a dry girl, and she likes to overcook the hell out of her meat. Those meatballs are pre-cooked and everything, so you just really need to warm them up. She's gonna go in here like she's paranoid about the meatballs being an exact temperature. And this is just part of her, again, she's performing this. This is part of her myriad of mental disorders that she likes to collect and play bingo with. And this is just one of those things that she's seen somebody do somewhere or heard that somebody does, and she's picked it up herself. And it's just part of her I'm terrified of meat storyline, even though she's always eating meat.
Which they should be by now. It's supposed to go up to 165, but in my brain, I want it to go up to like 175.
See? It's supposed to be a certain thing, but I want it to be 10 degrees higher than that because reasons. What reasons? Well, I'm terrified of meat. So what are those 10 degrees doing for you?
Which it is. So let me try another one just in case. Yes, these are finished. So now I'm going to put the meatballs in here. Such a simple and low calorie meal. Like, I'm telling you, it is so low calorie, it's going to shock you. But I can't wait to share once it's finished. So I'm just gonna let that probably cook for like 2 minutes, I would say.
She's acting like she's unlocked the secrets to the Holy Grail with this meal. You guys, I've learned the cheat code. That vegetables make your meal less.
Just everything meat together and marinate and all that. Okay, you guys, so for this huge bowl of food is literally only 313 calories.
I'm not gonna lie, guys, it doesn't look huge. When I'm thinking huge, I mean, maybe it's just me. This is not an abnormal serving, especially for her. I mean, if you figure, let's play pretend. If you figure she put it's probably 2 servings worth of meatballs in there, and then probably a cup worth of veggies, like, those meatballs aren't going to be that high in calories. And then sauce. I think the sauce is like 30 calories a serving, maybe, depending on your sauce.
233 for the meatballs, 30 for the broccoli, and then only 50 calories for the sauce.
How is your broccoli 30 calories?
Okay, as you guys can tell, I love my food in a bowl. Like, I love any type of food that I can just make and put in a bowl. I love bowls. I already know this is gonna be good because I cooked this like
Because you're 5.
literally last night. Oh my god, this is so good. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is the best frozen broccoli I have ever had in my life. Because
Hang on. She's trying not to look at herself eating again.
I already know this is gonna be good because I cooked this like literally last night.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh my god,
Never mind. She did look at herself eating.
this is so good. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is the best frozen broccoli I have ever had in my life. Because usually when I buy frozen broccoli, like it's only ever like the gross little stems. It's never the actual like floret of it.
What frozen broccoli are you buying that it's just the stems? Like, literally the point of frozen broccoli is it's just the florets. What? What brand of broccoli are you buying that it's just the stems?
This one is actual broccoli florets, so 10 out of 10. This bowl is so hot, I need to set it down. Hot. Let me get a drink real quick. So a new drink that I've been loving lately, and I'm not even like a green tea girly. It is Diet Green Tea Mixed Berry, and the brand Lipton. It is
Gross. There's nothing about that statement that I find appealing at all. First off, it's Lipton, and secondly, mixed berry. Ugh.
so good. Some cheese would be so good on top of this. What is your guys' favorite vegetable? Mine is the potato. Tater tots, scallop potato, the mashed potato.
I don't like when she does the accent thing because she always slips into like a southern-esque accent when she's trying to be ignorant, and it drives me crazy. And of course she likes potatoes. She likes them so much she'll damn near choke to death on them and still keep eating them.
Baked potato, french fry, you know, it's just never ending. But outside of that, I do love me some onion and I love me some broccoli.
I want you guys to watch how she chewed that last piece. Not this one. Sorry for all the visuals. Gonna put this in her mouth. Sorry. First she had to like chew the top of it off. Like she had to chew it off with her front teeth. Not in her back, not on the side where your other terror teeth are. She had to chop them off with her front teeth. Now she's going to eat the stem with her front teeth.
But outside of that, I do love.
She kept it all right in the front of her mouth. She put it in her mouth, but then when she started chewing it, she was chewing it with her front teeth, and you can tell because she was going. Because she had to keep the food in the front of her mouth. She's still not chewing with her back teeth. And she's still not chewing on the sides very much. So all of her chewing is being done with these front, like 6 teeth here. And it's just a very odd way to eat. It's like she doesn't have back teeth. It's very strange. Again, it's very much how like a toddler eats before they have all of their teeth in, kind of a thing. And it's, I don't know, I can't tell if she just never learned how to eat food properly or if her teeth hurt and she just can't chew anywhere except in the front of her mouth.
Love me some onion and I love me some broccoli. Honestly,
even there she's putting it in. See, she's chewing it all in the front of her mouth. And you can tell by how she holds her mouth when she chews.
Outside of that, I do love me some onion and I love me some broccoli. Honestly, I've always been a vegetable girly pop, and I already know, let the fat shaming commence. It wasn't till like my older years, I've actually been like enjoying fruit.
If you know no one's going to believe your story, that is clearly made up. And you're already cutting off the naysayers by saying, go ahead and make fun of me. Why do you continue to tell the story then? You know no one is going to believe you. Why are you continuing to tell the story? Like, are you just that compelled to lie that you physically cannot stop yourself from doing it, even though you know no one's going to believe you because it's obviously not true? Maybe you do like certain vegetables over others, but so far you've named 5, maybe 6. You know, it's like, do you understand how many vegetables there are in the world? And like, you're going to tell me that you'd rather eat vegetables over fruit? Really? You know, it's just like no one believes you, and there's good reason that no one believes you. So why are you trying to perpetuate this lie? We see what you eat. We know you don't eat vegetables. I mean, we know you don't like fruit, but like, we know you don't eat vegetables. We see what you eat. We see what you order when you order food. No. But I mean, like, you know no one's going to believe you, and yet you continue to go on with the story.
If you would have asked me as a kid, do you want fruit or vegetable? I would have literally said vegetable. Okay, guys, so the next thing I'm going to be eating is this.
I love me chili mac. Ooh, rice pasta. I could eat that. Love chili mac.
Amy's bowl. It's chili mac. I love Amy's, and I always thought this one just sounded so weird. And then a few weeks ago, I tried it, after like years of dismissing it. And y'all, it's one of my favorites. It's only 410 calories. And you guys, I do add some Tapatio to it because I do like the spice.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Chili mac does not look great. It doesn't look good. It tastes great though, especially you put some cheese on that, some cheese and some sour. I mean, it's basically chili with macaroni. That is literally what chili mac is. So if you like chili and you like macaroni, not macaroni with cheese, macaroni, you know, it's good. It's good stuff.
This is so freaking good. I recommend it. TV dinners aren't healthy, but I will say that Amy's is a healthier version. Plus, like I've said before, I'm very much just focusing on staying under calories and not ordering takeout.
Look, man, there's nothing wrong with a TV dinner. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, rah. I don't care, honestly. As long as you're paying attention to the ingredients list, you can probably pick out a halfway decent microwave meal. The thing is, though, is with a little bit of preparation and plates, you know, storage containers, you can make your own microwave meals. They're not hard. I mean, the concept of them is it's a pre-cooked meal that has been frozen so that you just have to warm it up. You can just go get some freezer-safe dishes that can go in the microwave, pre-cook a bunch of stuff and section it out, and then just freeze the shit. It's the exact same thing, and you know what's in it. Amber has nothing but time. Like, I get, if you're a busy mother, or you're just a busy person in general, that you don't have time to cook. I get that part. That is not Amber's problem. Amber is the exact opposite of those things. There's no reason why she needs to be eating convenience meals other than she just doesn't want to cook. Even the things she cooked today, you had the pre-processed sausage, you had pre-processed meatballs, you had frozen vegetables. There's absolutely nothing against frozen vegetables. However, fresh vegetables would have taken longer because she would have had to cut them down herself. And then she also used a store-bought jar of sauce. Again, nothing against a store-bought jar of sauce. However, she has all the time in the world to make her own sauce. Like, she has nothing but time. She could learn to cook. The more you cook, the more you're going to learn. You know, my best friend's an excellent example of this. Like, she started off with, you know, cooking skills. And like yesterday or the day before, she made like a corned beef roast or something like that. I don't know what it was, but it looked absolutely fabulous. And then she was like, yeah, I took the drippings and I fried some potatoes in them and they're all nice and crispy. And then she's telling me how to fry potatoes in roast drippings. And I'm just like, who are you? You know, it's that kind of a thing. Like, all you have to do is put your mind to it and you can learn to cook in a relatively quick amount of time. You can even learn to make your own freezer meals. Like, you can learn to make chili mac and freeze it. It actually freezes really well. I'm just like, you have nothing but time, Amber. You could be a lot of cool things. You could do a lot of cool stuff. Like, yeah, I'm here for cooking stuff. I love watching people cook, especially when they're like specialty recipes, or even if you're just learning to cook. I'm here for a learning journey. This isn't that. This isn't that. That's why everybody's like, your content is boring. Your content is stale. It's just you shoving food in your mouth. Occasionally, you'll move some pre-processed stuff around in a pan and pretend like you've cooked. That's not the same thing. You know?
And with my Amy's bowl, I will be having a
Very aesthetic refrigerator here. Look at that. Someone has been watching restocking TikToks. Look at that. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. This is what I'm talking about with her bachelor refrigerator. She's got her vitamin water because she can't drink Gatorade anymore, you guys. It's got mold in it. She's got her AWs and everything's in a nice little line. Look at that. It's very aesthetic. I wonder when she's going to start making everything beige.
I will be having a water. So I am trying to drink more water because I know you guys told me that I need to. Don't worry, I hear you guys. Okay,
You have a thing called a tap. Just saying.
guys, so I actually just got done playing Mario Party with some friends of mine.
I think this is one of those moments where people will say that she's a little relaxed, I believe is the term.
And while doing so, we all had a little bit of snacks.
Yeah, see, one of her eyes is bigger than the other.
I actually took a picture of what I had, so that's what you're seeing here. I had a sun-kissed Colby Jack cheese and some salami. So it actually
I thought you were playing Mario Kart. Why are you watching videos on your computer while you're playing Mario Kart? Did people come over or not? Though, is Mario Kart one of those games that you can play over the internet with people?
actually came out to 535 calories for the snack. I'm done eating for the night, so I had 1,758 calories, which
Your snack is the same amount of calories as a meal for me. Just putting it out there.
my goal is to stay below 2,000. I feel like my sweet spot, the spot that makes me really happy, is when I am like in the 1600s or the 1700s. So
I don't believe you. 16 and 1700 is cutting calories hard for me. Okay, I try to stay somewhere between 18 to 17. That's where I'm keeping my calories for weight loss. She should just stick with the 2,000. It's fine. She can eat 2,000 calories a day and be fine. She'll still continue to lose weight. Okay? She doesn't need to cut her calories that hard because it's just simply not enough food for her. I mean, there's just a point where it's just not enough food. 1,600 calories is hard for me to stick to. And I'm not that active. I go to the gym 3 times a week, maybe for 45 minutes each time I go. That's the extent of my activity. That and door dashing, which, you know, we can discuss how active that really is. But that's my point. She could eat 2,000 calories and be perfectly fine.
I did really good today in that regard. So if I drink anything else for the rest of the day, it will be water. There were multiple times today where I wanted to order takeout. That is how it goes every single day for me. It is a daily feeling where I just want to order something, whether it just be like a bag of chips and a Snickers, or I want to order a large fry from McDonald's. Like, I have random cravings multiple times a day. So when that happens, what I do is I simply remove myself wherever I am when that happens, and I truly feel that. I'll remove myself from whatever I'm doing and I'll start doing something different. So a good example of that is like an hour ago, I had this weird urge come over me where I was like, oh my God, I want some Cheez-Its. No idea where it came from. You know, if I wasn't like really trying to lose weight right now, I would have ordered them. And when I had that feeling, I was actually...
I really wasn't trying to lose weight right now. Okay. I mean, that just kind of sums up everything leading up to this point, though. Like, she's never really tried to lose weight, really, as I guess what that whole thing was an admittance of. You know, normally I would order the Cheez-Its because I'm not trying to lose weight. Huh, that's what we've been saying for decades, for a decade now. You know, like you won't say no to your cravings because you're not actually trying to lose weight. I'm not saying she's not trying to do it this time, because if she really is down to 489, then, you know, she's actively doing something, you know? But it's just kind of one of those statements that you're just kind of like, oh, well, yeah, that's what we've been thinking this entire time, but thanks for, you know, confirming that for us.
journaling. So I stopped journaling completely. I stood up and I started doing the dishes. So it just helps me because like I'm removing myself from doing something to starting to do something else. And for some reason, it just like switches my brain and I'm able to be more focused on what I just started doing, because I really do have a short attention span. So by
Squirrel. The cut in this video proves that. Here's the thing, like, coming from anyone else, it's good advice. It really is good advice. When you're spiraling or where you're starting to feel any kind of like overwhelming urge to do something and it's something that you're actively trying to not do, stopping and changing direction in any direction is usually a good thing to do, because it makes your brain change gears and it makes your brain start thinking about something else, you know? It's a tried and true psychological trick that people are usually told to do when they're in therapy and that kind of thing. So, like, it's not a new thing, but if this was anyone else, I'd be like, oh wow, look at you, you know, you're learning, you're adapting, you're figuring out how to deal with your triggers and that kind of stuff. It's Amber. You know, I don't know how much of this I can actually A, believe, and B, feel confident in believing that she's actually doing, I guess. I don't know how to put that. She's always saying stuff like this, and she's probably been doing this for like 24 hours. You know, that one instance that she just told us about is probably the only time she's ever done it, and now she's a freaking expert in it. It's like her intuitive eating. You're not intuitively eating. You just don't have access to the grocery store. That's not intuitive eating. That's restriction. That's inadvertent restriction, you know? That's the equivalent of your mom locked you in the house with food to eat and said, "I'll be back in a week." You know, that's all that was, really. But this like, oh, you guys, I've learned how to like deal with my triggers, and I'm over my binge eating, and I've cured myself of XYZ. That's all this is again. This is just her pretending like she's Superwoman and she's solved all of her own problems, and now she's bequeathing that knowledge and experience onto us because she's got to be big sister Lynn. You know, she's your older cousin Lynn who knows all of the things that you want to know about everything. That's why she's constantly telling us about her sex life and all this other shit, because she wants to be that older authority figure that the younger generation turns to because she's so knowledgeable and so open and so relatable that they can ask her anything that they need to know and she's got an answer for them, you know? What was that? Dear Abby, was it? The columnist? Yeah, Dear Abby. She wants to be Dear Abby. Dear Amber.
Changing tasks, it helps in a multitude of ways. But anyways, it's just another day that I was successful at staying under my goal and saying no to taking out my phone and ordering on the Uber app. So I'm very proud of that. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Bye. We have this discussion every time she tells me her weight. I don't disbelieve her weigh-in. I have no reason not to. I know there's people who will fight me on that, and that's fine. I get it. If she says she's 489 pounds, then I'm going to go with it. Sure, whatever. So she's lost roughly 30 pounds this year. And, you know, that's great. Cool. I hope she keeps it up. You know, she keeps up on this rate. She might be down to, what, 450. So she should be around 450 by the end of May? Mid-May? End of May? She should be around 450 if that's how she's losing weight. And that's, I'm sure, giving her more time than she actually needs. I had to go back and check the short that I did, but I think I do owe her a congratulations on weight loss. I think I do. But she's muted my channel. So I can't even type out a nice thing for her. So there's that. But I think I do owe her congratulations. So good job. Gold star. And yeah. All right, look, as far as everything else in this video, I kind of said what I'm going to say. There's really not a whole lot to talk about. This is another one of those new Lynn style videos where she's trying to show us how she's changed and how she's a new person and she's reinventing Amberlynn. And this is just another one of those videos where she's trying really hard to convince us of it. You know, she's intuitively eating, you guys. She's cutting her calories and she's measuring her food and she's counting all this stuff and yada, yada, yada. And here's the visual proof of that. So you can't really question it anymore because I'm showing you how it works. Look, man, I know how influencers work. I know how the internet works. I know how television works, okay? I grew up with it. There's a thing called editing. There's also a thing called staging, where you stage things to make it look like you're doing them, and then you edit them together to make it look like all of these things have occurred in the same span of time. You know, it's that kind of a thing. The weight loss, if she keeps it up, that will be more proof than anything that she's actually sticking to something resembling a diet. And that's pretty much her only hope, is to continue to lose weight. Like, if she can get to the 300s, which, I mean, if she's losing 30 pounds, this was the 3 days ago, so the end of March. She's losing like 10 pounds a month. Yeah, so she should be easily near the 300s by the end of the year if she keeps up this pace, which is not a very fast pace. But for her, it's sustainable, so sure. If she can get around 300 or near 300 by the end of the year, I mean, I guess she wins, right? She's literally losing the weight that she says she was going to lose. That would be fabulous for her. And I don't know if it'll shut the haters up, but it's definitely going to prove something. But, you know, the end of the year is 9 months from now, so we'll see what happens. I'll be happy if she's still losing weight at the end of April. So, you know, it's one of those kind of situations. The rest of it, there's just nothing else to say. There's really, her content is getting difficult to react to because it's dull and it's repetitive, and there's only so many times I can do the same thing over and over again. I don't know. I may have to change my reaction tactics to her. I don't know what that's going to look like, because the whole point of me doing these reactions back in the day was that I was going to watch every video in its entirety, because sometimes there's little things that happen that need to be remembered. And I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I feel like something needs to like change as far as the reactions are concerned, just because like they're dull. Even guys, this reaction that I just did is probably one of the dullest reactions I've done, and I know that. So I think I'm going to sit down with some ideas that I have and maybe come up with some other ways of doing this. And yeah, we'll see how that turns out. But until that happens, this is what we've got. And if you've made it this far, go ahead and put, I don't know, man, put your favorite vegetable down in the comments section, your favorite fruit or vegetable down in the comments section. Go ahead and do that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've made it this far, you might as well. I have other content on the channel that you may find interesting, and that's all I've got. So go ahead, favorite fruit or vegetable down in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know, give me some suggestions on ways you would like to see me react to her videos more often, just because like they're kind of dull, and I feel like my reactions are dull because of it. So go ahead and leave me some suggestions. I'm not saying I'm going to do every one of them, but you know, a lot of you have some really good ideas. So, and that's it. That's all I got. So I will see everybody in the next one. Bye. This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.